Hello guys, welcome back to day 5. I'm just gonna jump right in. Oh, we have a medium problem today. Okay, let's see. N rows of seeds, numbered 1 to n, to the integer array means that seat this is already reserved. A 4-person group. The group can be seated in one of the following seat blocks. A block can be used only if none of the seats are reserved. Okay. What are the limits? Okay, 1 10 to the power of 9. So I cannot just iterate through all of the rows, but there are at most 10 to the power of 4 reserved seats. So only those in this group is important because for a normal row, if there are no reserved seats, then we can only at most put 2 groups in. Right? This is intuitive, so we can only at most put 2 groups in if that row doesn't have any reserved seats, which means that we can actually ignore a lot of rows. We only need to care about the rows that actually have reserved seats. Okay. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I can sort the reserved seats by row number, and then if they are in the same row, I will sort them by column order. So for example, my order will now be the reserved seats will go through each row, and for each row I will go through the reserved seat from left to right. So let's say there's a reserved seat here. So let's say I'm checking this. Okay, let's say there are reserved seats here, here, and here. Let's say that. Okay, so I will go from left to right. If for each of them, I will check to the left. If it is the start of the row, then I will check with the start of the row. Yeah, then I will see from like the space between this and the previous reserved seats. So for example, if I was checking this, I will take the previous one, which is this, and I will take their column number. For example, this is 5. Now let's say this is 4 and this is 1. So for the space between these two is 4 minus 1 minus 1. So it's R minus L minus 1. This will be the amount of empty seats. If this is larger than 4, then I'll just increase the count. So let's say this is 4. Okay. Let's say this is 10. So yeah, we should not have that. Let's say this is 10. So 10 minus 4 minus 1 is 5. So that means from 4 to 10, this space, there are 5 empty seats in between it. So I can increase it. For each of the rows that do not have reserved seats, I will just multiply that by 2 because each row can contribute 2 groups. Okay, so this does not sound that hard. First, I will create a sort function. So it will take in a vector L vector. This should be const because can I do this? You know, in some way that it doesn't have to copy the entire array when sorting. Okay, what is going to be the complexity here? So if I sort, that's going to be reserved seeds length is m. This is reserved seed length, okay? So it's going to be O of m times log m, so we can sort it. And then we will iterate through m one more time. So it's going to be plus m, and I can just discard this. So it's just going to be m log m, which seems good enough for 10 to the power 4. Now, the first number is the row number. So if they are on different rows, then I'll return then I will put the one with the lesser row index in front. Or if they are the same, then I'll return the seed number. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so now sort reserved seeds dot begin reserved seeds dot end compare. Okay, I'm having doubts if I did something wrong here. I think it should work. Yeah, okay, it could work. Then I'll just iterate through. I hate this kind of you know, formatting, but it is how it is, I guess. So for int I equals this, I is less than reserved seeds size. This will go through all the reserved seeds after sorting. Now I will check if okay, if I is larger than 0, I feel like I should do that. Because if I check with the previous, but it's the first chair, the first reserved chair, then I will be comparing with nothing, which would return an error. But that's gonna be too messy. Okay, how about, yeah, I should just deal with the 0 separately. So if I equals 0, then, oh right, I also need a count variable. The final return variable, I mean. So result equals 0, if I equals 0, then if reserved seeds I 0, no, seed number is 1. So if it's 1, is larger than 5, then res will increment, and then we're just gonna stop it right here. Now when we're sure that there are reserved seeds for us to compare to, then we will compare this one with the previous one to see if they match. So if they do not match, which means this and the previous seed is on different rows, I minus 1, then that would mean the seed that we are currently on is also on a new row. So it's the same logic as I equals 0. Else, this is when they are on the same row, and now we apply this logic here, like just this comparison, this small comparison here. So if reserved seats I1 minus reserved seats I minus 1 is larger than, or minus 1 as well, is larger than 4, then count also increases. So far we have already counted for the rows that do have reserved seats. Now I need to calculate for the rows that do not have reserved seats. So how do I do that? What I can do is create a set, and I just push in the row index of all of this. So now I have the row index, then st.size is just going to be set.size is going to be the amount of rows with reserved seats. So n minus st.size is going to be the amount of rows without reserved seats. And now multiply this by 2, and we should be done. Okay, I'm just going to run against some test cases. Oh, compile error. Wait, what? Does this not work at all? Reference to non-static member function must be called. Okay, I'm going to try this. This is, oh my god. Reference to non-static member function must be called. What is that error? Do I put this in here? Would that help? Because I swear this works. This used to work. Oh yeah, I am not allowed to make changes to that. Wait, so I can just make my own here. Vector pair. Okay. Yeah, I can just make my own. Okay. A dot pushback reserved seats I0 and reserved seats I1. So now this is going to be pair and hold on, I'm gonna fix all of this real quick. Can I copy paste? I don't know how to use multi-cursor on LeetCode, or if that's even a thing. Okay, so it should be that. So now I can sort a.begin, a.end, and compare. Results equals this: ai dot first, ai dot second, blah blah blah, bloody bloody blah. Oh, I can't. Okay, so I think this is it. Okay, let's see. I still can't do that. Okay. Oh, wait, should I just do this? Because it's just the same as this. Ooh, okay. I am getting wrong answers. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Wait. I forgot. So, you know when I talked about different rows? Well, so let's say there's 2 rows, and there's 1 chair here, and 1 chair here. So I already accounted for this, but I haven't accounted for this yet. So I think that's where I'm wrong. So I'm just going to have to fix this. A minus 1 dot second is less than or equal to 5. Is it 5? Hold on, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be here, so this is going to be 6, not 5. So it's less than 6. That did not fix anything. Okay. Reserved seats 211A26. 26. I'm going to go through the order that it's going through this. Okay, this is expected. So why do we output 4? Oh wait, 1113182631. It did not go through all of the. It did not go through. Oh, I see. Oh, that's a mistake on my end. Should be correct now. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna submit. Ooh. Oh god, no, that is... I'm gonna use this into my test case. Why? Huh? This is going to be so annoying to debug. Wait, so was I under or was I over? So I was over. Oh yeah, also I forgot. There's also this thing. If I equals, what is it? A dot size minus 1, which is it's the final chair, and I should also apply this logic to it. So if AI dot second is less than this, continue. Was I over counting something? What could I possibly overcount? Alright, back to the other one. Okay, this is going to be a little bit hard to debug because the test case is very large. I mean, it's not that huge, but it's kind of a big test case. Aha. Okay. Oh, wait. No, that's not it. So 1 8 2 1 2 6. So 1 8, that's going to be, that should be one share. Should I put this at the bottom? Hold on. Okay. Okay, so and now it doesn't output anything. Oh, I shouldn't continue that, shouldn't I? Well, now the first is correct. This is wrong. Yeah, this is still wrong. So 2 6 is giving me 3, although 2 1 only gives me 1. So it's saying that between these two, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this. Res is equal to AI dot second. Yeah, I should fix this entire part of logic. Oh, why am I so bad at this? Divided by 4. This also should have button divide by 4. So result is going to be equal to AI dot second divide by 4, right? So if it's at 4, then it's going to minus 1 actually. So if it's at 4, then it's going to be 1, then at 8 it's going to be 2. Same logic here. But this time it's 10 minus this, minus 1. Is it? No, it's no minus 1. Divided by 4. Okay, this should also be that. So this should also use that logic. Yeah, I'm going all over the place here. 3 1 to 3 5. That gives you 10. That is 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, that's correct. So 1 3 gives you 0 to 1 8. 1 8, that's going to give you 1. Yeah, I think that checks out. But they jump to 2 6, and that gives you another 1. That checks out. Okay, so there's a chair here. So 2 6, that's going to give you 2 now. Does that check out? So 1 3, 1 8, 2 6. That's 2. Yeah, that's correct. Now 3 1. 3 1 is going to give you 3. Because yeah, there's 2 7 to 2 7 to 2 10. That's going to give you another 1. And 3 1 to 3 10. That's going to give you 2 more. Then why is this output expecting 4? What? Okay, hold on. I am having a... I'm gonna take up my notepad here. So just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Three rows, okay. And 1 3, which is this. 1 8, which is this. 2 6, which is this. 3 1, 3 10. Okay, so this is 1, right? This is 2 groups. This is another group. This is another group. That's clearly 5. What? Oh wait, it's just this here. Oh, I missed one, but that doesn't change anything. Oh yeah, why did they not take this seat over here? Yeah, now I just realized. Okay, genuine question. Is this example wrong? Or am I just a dumbass? Yeah, I might have to open discussion. Hold on. Yo, what? But there is an exceptional case on which an aisle split a 4-person group. In that case... Huh? Where does it say that? Where does it say that? What? Where the hell does it say that? I hate this. Okay, this is not my fault. Okay, no. Like, where is this? Two, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I guess, man. So this is saying that there are only 3 possible positions for the group of 4 on a row. So that just means that my entire logic here is flawed. Oh god, this video is going to be so long. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, can I quickly fix this? Okay, so there are a part of this that I can keep. I just need to delete this. Now, if I go through A and it takes a seat, alright? So we will mark, let's see. What if I have a map that shows how many seats that row has left? Right? But I usually don't like using maps. But I guess I'll just do this. And I don't need this. So I'm going to imagine that each reserved seat will cross off some groups. Okay, then I also don't need this. Do I still need to use set? No, I also don't. So map, so for I, this is going to be a rather strange solution because that's just how my brain works. Sorry guys. So if the seat I really don't like to use this name. Can I just change this? If AI1 is oh my god. So these are the places that they can be noted. And then, so if it's larger than 2, int seat is equal to a, I1, int row is going to be a, I0. If seat 2 is less than seat, and seat is less than 5, then I will mark map of so it initializes everything down to 0. Should I rely on that? Nah, it's fine. Then map of row will be XOR'd with 1 shifted by, so there's going to be 3 states here, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So this is going to be 1 2 4 2 1. So it's the right side. So this is 4. It's going to be XOR'd with it's going to be OR'd with 4. Then I duplicate this 2 more times. If it is 4 and this is 7, then 2 1, this is 4 to 9, go from 6 to 9. The remaining seats will be n minus map.size, which means how many keys are in the map already. Then to calculate each, then for your int and current, iterate through the map. Then int answer, okay, int res equals 0. Remaining is going to be this. So results will be this. So if this is a full bit, which is 7, and then for each of these that are turned on, I want to switch it off, which means I have to XOR this with this. So I can XOR built-in pop count. This is just going to count how many ones are there in here. Built-in pop count 7 XOR with c.second, because that's the key. No, first is the key, second is the value. Okay, that makes sense. And then you know what, I'm just gonna do do this times 2, do this, and then I times 2. Yeah, kind of confusing. So it works on some test cases. Now I want to I'm just going to see if it has the correct values. So the first should be the row number, and the second should be which chairs, which groups are taken. So what? Oh, it is overcounting. Oh, wait. I see why it's overcounting. Because, for example, this cannot exist. It's either these or this, right? Yeah, so if it's this, then we will round it down to, this will become 1. This is 2. This is 1. So, temporary variable. This is the only case it will be 2, which is going to be 4, 1, 5, rest, else equals 2, else if it's 0, it's not 0, then it's just going to increment. I think that's the problem. Oh wow, okay. Oh, I forgot this. Wait, it's going to be slow, right? So I got accepted. Hold on. Why did I print everything? That's going to take so long. Wow, 93%. I did not expect that. So this is my extremely weird solution for today's LeetCode problem. The description does not help at all. Yeah, the problem, this is an unintuitive problem, okay? This constraint right here, why does this exist? It just threw me off for the first 20 minutes, I think. Alright, so here's the full code. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Let's hope that tomorrow is going to be an actual good problem. Goodbye, guys.